Potential platform bans, algorithm changes, accounts and shops being shut down, suppliers going out of business, and more. If you are overwhelmed with the things happening in the crochet industry that are outside of your control, stick around. We're going to be talking about how to build a resilient crochet business that can last through these ups and downs, through these things that are happening that are outside of your control, and get you to a place where you feel like you're going to be okay no matter what happens in those spaces. So welcome to another episode of Crochet Business Chat. My name is Pam Grice, the crochetpreneur, and I am on a mission to help 100,000 makers build financial freedom through crochet. Happy to have you here today. If you are new here, I'm going to take down my notes. If you are new here, be sure to subscribe to the channel for crochet business tips and more. We have our live call-in show tomorrow. We have those every other Tuesday, as well as the Crochet Business Chat podcast weekly every Monday for you. So happy to have you here again. And if you're watching live, be sure to like this video, or if you're watching on replay too, like this video so others are notified and they can hop on and join us. If you are watching live, say hello in the chat. Love to hear from you and would love to hear how things are going for you. Today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so we honor him today and just want to welcome you all. So let's talk about it. This week has been kind of crazy in the crochet industry with all of the news. Sorry, I hope you can hear me. I had my microphone across the room. All of the news with TikTok going away and TikTok coming back. The Instagram feed changing from square to, 4x5 now? Or no, 3x4. Anyway, images. And Joann going out of business, supposedly. They're going bankrupt, which is really sad for so many small businesses that rely on them for their yarn supplies and their other business supplies, and so much happening. So we're not going to specifically talk about those things and what will or will not happen with those things because, like I said, they're out of our control. What I want to talk about is what you do have control over and what you can do in your business to build a business that can weather these storms and that becomes resilient and that you do have control over. So there's 3 bits we're going to talk about. Or maybe 4. I just realized I forgot to put one in. So we'll talk about the first one. I'll throw in the second one and then we'll continue on. All right. The first one is build your brand with a really strong identity, with a really recognizable voice and a really powerful mission. And that will keep you on track when the world is going like this. You have a stable message and a stable mission for your business so that you don't get pulled off track and pulled into doing all of this crazy stuff or saying yes to every single opportunity that pulls you away from your mission. One thing that happens when the world kind of becomes unpredictable is that we start scrambling and we start operating out of a desperate energy. And when we have that mission and that voice that we can go back to in our brand, it keeps us grounded and it keeps us on that path so that we don't get distracted. So it's really important for you to build that brand. And like I said, that builds off of last week's podcast where we talked specifically about branding. So I hope you find that helpful. So one thing you can do within the context of that brand is to nurture your audience and nurture trust in your audience. Sorry, I'm working really hard to not say and it seems like it's making me say it more. So I don't know what to do about that. I'm trying. I'll just take a breath instead of saying it. I'll try. Anyway, building community is going to be a really big piece of building a resilient business. You can't lose your community once you build those connections. no matter what happens, for instance, if TikTok went down, there are people that I follow on TikTok that if I can't follow them there, I'm going to go look for them elsewhere. And so they're not going to lose their community. They're not going to lose their business. They're just going to shift it to another place. And when you build that community, when you build that loyal following, you don't have to worry about what goes on with the different algorithms and such. Your people will come looking for you. And we're going to talk a little bit more about how you can have control over that as well. But remember that building a strong band can help you weather many, many storms. And building your community will help you stay connected to your audience no matter what happens. So third is to recognize that relying on a single platform is super risky. If you are building, there are so many people on TikTok that's the only place they are. It's the only place they've built their business. It's the only place they sell. And by doing that, they're giving away all of their power. They don't own their business, really. Someone else owns your business, where your business happens, and you can take it away at any moment. And that's a really insecure place to be as a business owner. And so thinking about social media platforms as an adjunct to what you already own, rather than as the place you go to host your business. Where to host your business instead is on your own website, is in your email list. Those are the two things you own. You own your website and you own your email list. Everything else can be taken away. So your Etsy shop can be taken away. All your social media can be taken away. And recognizing that you need to build your business in places that you own and then use those other places, those other platforms as an adjunct to what you already have. So your Etsy shop, your social media accounts, all of those things are owned by other people and could be taken away from you at any time, with or without cause. So you don't want to build your business specifically in those places. And those people who were devastated by the loss of TikTok because they were going to lose their business, I hope it was a wake-up call to them to see that they need to build some sort of foundation of the business that they do have control over. So I hope that makes sense. Be sure you have access to your business on your own terms. So your email list, your website, and then building out a variety of platforms. Now, Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same company. Looks like, I don't know about what's happening with TikTok, but it looks like there may be something happening with TikTok as well, that those three may come under the same umbrella. And so if you just build out on those three platforms, they may be owned by the same company. Instagram and Facebook are owned by the same company. So consider what else? Pinterest, YouTube, right? So looking outside of those Meta-owned places to build out your business as well. And I know this can sound really overwhelming. Like, wait, it's hard enough for me to keep one platform going. Sure, yes. But it doesn't have to be that hard for you to just repurpose that content into other places and build an audience in different places. So take the content that you already have and post it in multiple places. Gary Vaynerchuk has a list, I think it's 7 places that he posts all of his content. Let's see if I can remember them. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, LinkedIn, Pinterest. What is that? 7. I believe that's the 7 places that he recommends that you post all of your content. And so I'm working on, in my own business, being more conscientious about not just posting content in one place, but to repurpose it specific to each location, but to repurpose that content into each of those places so that you have a wider reach. You're speaking to different audiences on different platforms. And if one platform goes down, you still have connections in those other places. But don't let that overwhelm you. Start slow. Start with where you are right now and add one more place. So just add it into your business systems. When I post here, I also post here. You can make it really easy and use a scheduling platform where you can just click a button and it posts to all of those places for you. If that's the way you need to get started without customizing your posts for each of those platforms and just post the same thing everywhere, it's not going to kill your business to do that. I know it's not ideal, but it's not going to hurt you in the long term. At least you're getting that content out there. So I use Metricool to schedule my posts. My dog sneezed. I use Metricool. There are lots of places. Later, there's Tailwind. There's lots of different places you can use to schedule out your content. Find one that works best for you. Okay, and finally, build more income streams. I say this all the time. Build more income streams. And that means if you're selling physical products, sell digital products. If you're selling digital products, start a YouTube channel. If you're selling patterns, sell other digital products as well. If you have a blog, monetize the blog. If you have free opt-ins, add a tripwire so that you're monetizing all of these places so that if one starts to tank, the others can pick up the slack. And you build a more stable business when you do that. So I want you to think about what income streams can I add? Now, we did have a podcast about this a couple weeks ago, so you can go back and look at that. But I think it's just really important for you to future-proof your business. And that means getting strategic about these things. All right. Build your brand, create community, diversify your platforms, and develop diverse revenue streams. Okay, this is what's going to build your stable business. You are designed as a business owner to adapt and to thrive. And so when you see these things coming down the road of, okay, I buy all my yarn at Joann's going to go out of business. What do I do now? There are a couple options. I could find a new supplier. I could go straight to the source and get a wholesale account with those yarn companies, which is what I recommend. Or I could choose new yarns to work with that I can buy locally. I could go to my local yarn store and ask them to start carrying brands that I promise I will be buying. Those kinds of things, right? Look at what are the options, what can I control, and what can I do instead, rather than feeling like every time something goes wrong that your business is going to take a hit. You can control some things in your business. And that is today's message. So, what is it again? Build your brand, create a loyal, trusted community, diversify your platforms, and develop diverse revenue streams. When you do that, you create that business that is stable and can weather these storms no matter what happens. And I hope that that gives you a sense of security and a sense of peace and a sense of control because, you know, we're all business owners and we all have a little bit of control freak in us. So be sure to, like I said, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and share this video with your friends who need to see it. And if you want to dive more deeply into step 1 of this process of building your brand, join me on Wednesday of this week, if you're watching this live, Wednesday, January 22nd, for my brand new workshop. It's called, sorry for my dog, Crafting a Crochet Business That Stands Out. And we're going to be specifically talking about building a brand that can help you to be resilient in turbulent times. So you can do that. The link is down in the description, and it's only $27 for a 3-hour workshop with significant amount of resources to help you get your brand rolling. And I hope you'll join us. If you're in CBA or Momentum, you get it free as part of your membership. If you're in Crochet Biz Lab, you get a discount. All of those are inside of your course platforms. All right, I'm going to go see who is here with us this morning before we wrap things up today. So we have Marge is here, Bonnie's here, Katie's here, Jenny's here. Hello, everyone. Beverly, hi. It's snowy. Everyone is in the snow and chilly today. We know right here it's 9 degrees in Colorado, and I call it sprinkle snowing. It's just kind of misty snowing, but it has been so cold. Our animals are chilly. Okay, Steve G, you said if you sell patterns, sell other digital products. What other digital products do you suggest? So those kinds of things, it's up to you and who your audience is, but it could be workbooks on how to do certain techniques. It could be videos on different stitches. It could be planners. It could be journals. It could be project planners. All kinds of things where you're like, what does a crocheter need in their world to make crocheting even more pleasurable for them? It could be some way to sort and manage all of their patterns. It could be a membership where people come together and crochet together and they pay you $5 a month. If you have a YouTube channel, you could have a membership on your YouTube channel. So there's lots of different ways to do that. And we will be having someone at the Crochet Business Summit talking specifically about digital as well. So pop into that. That's going to be in March. So I'll be sharing more about that. But we do have people who are specialists in digital product sales who are going to be coming and talking about that. Wonderful. Okay. I am going to let you all get back to your businesses. I hope you found this helpful. Bonnie said, if you only made money on TikTok, congratulations, you work for TikTok, not yourself. Exactly. All these businesses needed a Pam to tell them to diversify. I know. I tried to get on TikTok. I'm not an entertainer. I wish I was. I wish I had it in me to dance and to be comedic, and but I'm not. I'm just an informational. I'm an information resource, and that's not very fun for people. And so I have a hard time on social media to connect with people because they're like, I don't want to hear about business. I want to see pretty things, and I want to laugh and smile. Anyway, that's my own issue. So yeah, I hope people understand. And maybe I'll make a TikTok about that and say, if this scared you, let's talk about options for you. That's a good idea. All right, I'm going to let y'all go. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'll be back again next week with a new Crochet Business Chat podcast. And be sure to join us tomorrow. If you're watching this live, join us tomorrow for Coffee with Crochetpreneur, our live call-in show where you can call in, hop on screen with me, and get your questions answered. Be brave, be bold, get the answers you need, take action, and make more money. It's a win-win. I hope I see you tomorrow. Talk to y'all later. Bye.